Hey, what's up, guys? Going to do a 15-10. It's been a little while. We have the white pieces. We're playing pawn to e4. Why not? Why break with tradition? Okay, let's go Vienna. So I'm currently rated 1544. If I can beat this opponent, official_hen from Finland, eh? Yeah, okay, we'll go Vienna Gambit. This is a kind of the borderline. Okay, opponent knows how to respond to the gambit. This is good. And we have this. We'll go Paulsen, which is very fashionable right now, and see what happens. Because I'm interested in this because I also play e5 against e4, so I face the Vienna quite a lot. So I am interested in exploring this line from both sides of the board, really, because I do get it from both sides of the board. Okay, now he's not sure. If takes, I recapture with the b pawn. And then I do think that knight c6 is a really, really spicy move. I think it's the immediate c5 as well. I'm not entirely sure, but he's definitely, he knew exactly what to do on the first few moves, and now he's had to stop and think. Okay, now d4 comes almost always, but not necessarily immediately. Obviously, I can't line up my bishop too easily against f7 right now. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. d4. So if I take, I'm going to have a queen up in my face, attacking this pawn that's undefended. d4. There's no checks. Well, I've got bishop e5 check, but that doesn't work. Maybe what I need to do is something like knight e2. If they take on here, I can capture with the queen. That's not bad. And then d4 will come and I own the center. That's not a bad thing. I could play bishop c4 straight away. If they take, I take back with the queen. Then I've got my bishop lined up against there. That might be alright as well. Because this is actually the e pawn that's captured this way, yeah? No, it's not. I ate their e pawn. This is just the d pawn that's pushed on. Okay. I'm thinking this. Queen can't come out. Okay. This is fascinating. So I kind of shook off my semi-flu that I had for 3 days, 2-3 days, where I only had the aches. I had the aches and extraordinary tiredness, but didn't have any head cold, which is really, really weird. So who knows what's going on there. Here, yeah, queen takes, and then we're going to occupy the center, get the knight out, short castle, rook on semi-open f-file, bishop looking at f7. Nice mobile queen, could even come behind the bishop with a rook on there as well. All good. So I don't think black should take here. But if black does not take, then, well, I can't take because I end up with a queen in my face again, don't I? So is it knight e2? This obviously doesn't work. That hits the queen, and if pawn takes, I have a check here. g6. Pawn takes. Oh, I don't know about that. Could be interesting, but I just feel a bit antsy. I'm thinking like knight e2. Oops. Cut that bit out. See, I'm thinking about knight e2. If they push on, I can just take with a pawn. Knight e2 is often a move to remember in the Vienna with white. And look at all this activity. Look what I've got out of the blocks compared to black has got one pawn that is, to be fair, not long for this world, being targeted twice now. So if they take with it, I've got queen takes e3. Don't even have to do it. I mean, I could even push d3 and castle. But I think probably this. Maybe ideas of queen there. Quick castles with the open F files, always nice. Bentley's excited. They're all going out for a walk in a bit. We've still got snow on the ground, a bit of snow here, but it's nice and bright and warm outside, so we're going to go grab some leads, take them on a long walk, with it being a Sunday. Interesting. Okay, I have 2 attackers, he has 2 defenders, so that's not on. Let's get the king castled. Right, we always should consider, well, if we do that, what happens next? Oh, hello, you're also targeting my loose pawn. Take, 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 take. My bishop hangs. So do I actually need to play queen e4? Quite like that idea. Yeah. Yeah. Not worried about the queen coming in anywhere, she's on the wrong colour. Still looking to castle. Black actually needs to move their bishop. Kind of sharpish. So I'm half expecting this. I would not be in the least surprised. Because then that's going to make me think twice about castling, because then they can take the pawn with a discovered check. But in fact, now I've got 1, 2, 3 attackers on the pawn, but this adds a 3rd defender. I think bishop c5 is compulsory. And if I take, let's say they take with the knight, take again, bishop takes, hits this rook, I move the rook. Or I've also got bishop b2 actually, just adds attacker number 4. Right, they're all queuing up now. 1, 2, bishop, queen. Or we just ignore this altogether, but the queen's also defending f7. Is rook f1 even an idea? As in not castle at all? You've got to play this move. If you don't, then castles, I've got a rook straight there, 2 attackers. You've got to move the bishop. Now bishop e7 is possible, but I also have 3 attackers on this. Why are you taking so long? Okay. If I take, bishop takes, I can castle. My queen's undefended here. If I ever check there, king can't take because of rook f1, pins the queen. But if I take here, we've got queen takes, nothing gained. So, are we going to end up trading? Can I trade on my own terms? They've only got 1 defender here now. So I'm going to win that pawn, yeah? Anyway, if I take, this pawn hangs because the bishop's then on f5. I'm thinking takes, castles. I'm attacking the bishop. He can't take on c2 because I can take here. This pawn also hangs though. So if I just castle now, it does hang, because if I take the bishop, he then takes my bishop. Hang on. Castles? Takes pawn? No. Castles, if you take that pawn, push d3. I'd like to win this pawn. I'd like to gain the have all the pawns in the middle, right? I cannot. If I take this pawn, right? Let's think this through. It feels like this is actually a critical moment. It's relatively early in the game, but the queens are off, right? I can have this pawn. I may then drop that one. Or if takes, then they take. At least I've got two good pawns here. And I've got a kind of a supplementary one there. If castles, takes. Well, there's two hanging pawns technically, isn't there? If castles, bishop takes there. That's not going to happen because of this. And that will force the king to move. Lose castling rights, slow the rooks down. Okay, so castles, bishop's not going to take on c2, that's out. But knight here also defends that. So should I capture here? They may take. Yeah, I think that's my hunch. That's my hunch, and I think I've got to move. So I've got some good control over the centre. If he captures this pawn, we're equal, but I get to castle with serious pressure on f7, and I have the centre, and I have good mobility actually. d5 might also be an idea, although there's nothing else defending this pawn. Okay, it's taken, right. I think castles is a very, very natural move. So I'm going to play it. Bishop back to here, alright, okay. Knight f4, knight could come in. We both have the bishop pair. Material is equal, but I have changes to my pawn structure. I have got 3 pawn islands. I have got double pawns on the d file, but I do have some control over the centre of the board. And I'm more developed, and I'm castled. This is all good. These are all factors highly in my favour. Rook e1 would then allow d5 defending. This rook would defend that pawn. I can push up in the middle. When your opponent's king is uncastled and you are castled, punch a hole in the middle if you can. So where's this bishop going to go? There or there? I'm just going to snatch it off the board. Keep the bishop pair. Nice wide open board. What's not to like? Can't go there, right? So can't go there because of the knight. Can't stay there or there. Oh! Now, my first thought was just to snatch the bishop off the board. Then he's going to take back with h and open up lines of communication to here. But my other thought then is d5. Having said that, if takes and he takes with that, I win another pawn. But then I'm going to lose this one because he's got 2 attackers on it, right? So, but what about the immediate d5 now? d5, he's going to have to move his knight, but that undefends this. Eesh. Okay, I take bishop. Yeah, I'm going to ensure I keep the bishop pair. Okay, so he's not opened up the rook. This is a thing. Okay, now how about check here? King moves over. How do I defend this pawn properly? If I just push, he's just going to take here, right? There. I've got bishop here. But that's only one defender. Here, king moves. I've still got 2 attackers on here. There, he's just going to take. Here he's just going to take anyway, because I think he'll be quite happy to swap his knight for one of my bishops and break the bishop pair. So I'm thinking I may have to resign myself to the fact that this pawn is a goner. Rook f7. or push and allow this pawn to be taken. Let's throw in the check. Right, let's say king moves here. I can push. He takes here. D4 hits the knight. Knight from here doesn't have any mischief it can get up to. He's bound to capture there. I can hit the knight with a rook. I can also hit it with D4, which I quite like. Maintains this bit of centre. Okay. Also, hang on, I got myself confused there. No, that's not right at all. I thought I'd straightened out my pawns. I haven't at all. Okay, here he comes in. I'd like to put a rook on b1 at some point. I think I'm just going to keep these two kind of as they are for a while. Do I hit the knight? Knight comes in. No, we don't want that. Do I hit the knight with the bishop? He can't. Well, he can. He's got bishop here. Or do I hit the knight with d4? I think that pawn is going to do better in the middle of the board than it is sat back there. Yeah, he might come in here. In which case I can't go there, but I might... This is a thought. Fascinating game. Okay, now this comes with a discovery on the knight, but the knight can actually bounce back and capture. Rook b1, I've got to be careful about knight d2 fork, but my bishop currently defends that. I've got bishop here, rook here, hitting the knight, and if the knight should move, I'll execute every last one of you. That would be good. Ooh. No, I do not want to trade off bishops. If I trade off bishops, he's going to recapture the knight, and he's just better. My pawns just aren't that strong in the middle. Bishop g5. The rook can't stay there. So it's no, no, no. So he's going to come to here or here. It's going to be here. He's going to come here and try and trade off the rooks. That I've just allowed him just to improve his bishop really there. I didn't really consider what his options were. I've got an a pawn break at some point in time. I can hit the knight with a rook. What's going to happen then? Okay, let's throw this in. I'm not delighted with my position. I think rook f c1. Yeah, this bishop and pawn now are just really strong. I was targeting that. Yeah, there we go. Let's throw this in. Yeah, good one to analyse though. Particularly just out of the opening. Okay, there goes the knight. Let's throw a pawn up. I'm not worried about this. It's defended by the bishop. Okay, hits my bishop. I'll defend this pawn. We're playing blitz style now. This rook has to come over, so I can push the pawn. Where's the knight got? Can't go there. Can't go there actually either, so that's out and out. Here though, he comes here, he annoys my bishop once more. Can I prevent that? That's okay. If I push my pawn now, the knight doesn't have that square. Right, you want to attack this twice, do you? So if I hit the knight now, he takes, yeah? Opponent's playing a good game. I don't have a second defender for this pawn now. There and just simply bishop takes. My blitz morning was quite strong as well today. Here I am, really struggling against someone 50 points lower rated. Sack. Exchange sack. I'm a pawn down. That put me equivalent to 3 pawns down, but I have the bishop pair. I don't see any other way around it. I think I need to maintain this somehow. My pawns are actually okay here. Depends which one he takes with as well. Okay. Do I push on? His bishop's not trapped. His bishop can go there, but I think it's worth just chucking in g3. Can't go there, can't stay where he is, and can't go there. And he can't go there. So he's got 2 moves. He's going to go back to d6. 100% he's going to go back to d6. Unless he wants to have a bit more control over there, I don't know. But then Kingy can actually come and join the party as well. This is where we really have to make use of the bishop pair. Opponent's also got double pawns here. Where does my dark squared bishop want to be? Kind of here. I'd like to... How can I get in there? I don't know. I can't get into that space because of this pawn. There we go. Let's drop this bishop back. Prepare a5. It's kind of desperate, but... kind of having to resort to blitz mode now a bit. There takes, rook takes. King's kind of stuck actually. Well, he's not kind of stuck at all. He's got no legal moves. I don't have another rook to back up my first rook. He's the problem. This bishop's doing a reasonable job of guarding some squares on the back rank. If the other bishop could join it and cover, I mean f8 in particular, because that's the open file. But currently opponent's actually covering f8. So this really is a tough one. Might push my pawns up. I don't know. He's going to want to resolve this. He's going to be pushing some pawns at my king at some point. So it's a very, very tough position. Probably resignable, to be honest. But we'll see what we can make of it. If we were to trade dark squared bishops, does that help me at all? Not really, because we've got 2 completely open files adjacent here. My king's also on the wrong side of those files. Maybe I should try and get my king over here, even. I don't know, something like that. I think I'm lost, actually. I'm dead lost if my king... Because my opponent is going to throw these pawns up the board. And is going to... Unless I can lock them all off. So like this, and then we're locked. Especially if my pawns are on light squares. But then he's going to try and get both rooks on the 7th or my second rank. It's off for a draw. He's declined, so he's awake. He's just thinking. There we go. And you can see he's just prevented my king now from crossing over. But I'm gonna play bishop f2. Maybe this to stop the rook coming here. I don't know. But king g2 will come. I don't want to simplify the board down, really. I want to keep the bishop pair. So all talk of trading off knights away bishops is just foolishness. We don't talk foolishness, we talk truth. Name the song. That's a tricky one. The answer, I think, is Afro Melt by Left Field. Or is it Inspection and then a number, something like that. Inspection 1, something like that maybe. Everything ship and shine. Right. And we are resorting to Hunty's classical over the board strategy, which is to try and use the clock as a weapon when it's completely inappropriate to do so. When I'm playing over the board, my opponent has 75 minutes. That has now worked out badly for me several times, because my opponent just gets into a winning position with 5-10 minutes left on the clock, which is plenty to seal out a winning position. It also doesn't work when you've got a 10-second increment, unless your opponent is very sluggish and really has to think about every move. And he's played some moves quickly. He's not taking his time over everything. And the first 4 moves are played like lightning. Okay, I'm not sure about that. But you keep taking 50 seconds per move, mate, and you'll be very welcome. Okay, I'll defend my bishop. You see, so doubling up the rooks, classic. Not complicated stuff. And I can just move my bishop backwards and forwards, I guess. He can't come here to attack this pawn. He can't come here to attack this pawn. Offer him another draw. He's under 5 minutes now. Declined again. Well, that's your last chance for a draw, mate. Slight bug here, it's still saying draw offered, waiting for opponent's response after he's already declined it. 4 minutes 20. Okay, so the thing is, when you've got pawns like this as well, you know this is relatively safe from a defensive point of view, because whichever one goes forwards, I just push the other one, and we block off. Okay, so what do you want to do? Go there? Well, I'm just going to do this. What's the plan, man? Undefended, technically. A moonshot, kind of shot. Youth on youth. We don't talk foolishness, we talk truth. No more draws from me. Now we fight. Okay. Don't like. No. You can't move either of these. And then I think, let's say, like that, He's log jammed. Hang on, so he pushes this, then he can push this one up. But then I guess I just take, I don't know. Yeah, so one way round it works. He has to stagger this way, because then this one can come to this square here, yeah? So he has to push that one. If he pushes this one, we have deadlock. 3 minutes now, official hen. And now you can't bring another rook to bear. You can't do that. How's he going to get more? Is he going to bring his bishop round? Is that the plan? What you doing? This idea, hit him. Might even come in here. Hit him as well. He's got 3 attackers on here actually. Is he thinking of sacking his? Oh, hello. That could be a plan. Wins a pawn. Wins 2 pawns. Nice. Okay, I'll just attack here instead. If he takes, I take his rook. So he has to move his rook to one of these 2 squares, doesn't he? Then do I come in here and hit the other rook? There's no checkmates likely. Just all I can do is just try and complicate things now. Make life hard for him. Can you imagine kind of playing the same player over and over again? It could be interesting. If you find someone around you at your own rating, that could be fun. There we go. Rook has moved. Let's annoy this rook as well. Yep. If he takes here, he just gives back the exchange. He's still going to be 2 pawns up, but they are both doubled. Having said that, I also have a doubled pair, but they are defended. 1 minute 40 now. See, this rook now, it can't go here or here or here. So if he retreats, there we go. Oh, okay, now I have to take. Right. Nothing for it. Obviously I have to take there. Okay. Yeah, it's a lost position now. See, these pawns are now all passed, so yeah, that's definitely resignable. Well done. Very, very well done. Yeah. Nearly -10 now for there. So let's just have a quick look at the start. I might like to think, is this something I want to play as black as well? So we'll just go back to the beginning. So the opponent played really, really good chess there. Yeah, so I played 75, which is okay. 2 blunders on my part. 82.9 for him. The guess that Elo is 1500 for yours truly, so slightly below par, and he played out of his skin. We both played the opening really well, so let's go through it just very quickly. The Paulsen attack seems to be very, very fashionable. Takes is best. D4 is a mistake. Okay, so this was a good move, but there's a better move. What was it? Did you find it? Bishop B5 check. Okay, and if this, then bishop back to C4 threatening mate. Okay, whereas the immediate bishop C4 is 1.5. Okay, but bishop B5 and this is 1.8. So we've basically prompted a weakening move. Okay, but this is alright. And that's a mistake. Should have played queen e7. And knight h3. Knight h3. And we're +3 here. Okay. Well, this is one to remember. Knight h3. Why knight h3? Let's have a look at this. Let's see. Oh, okay, so I'm gonna pull up the Lichess Explorer at my level. So this is set to 1800 to 2200 Lichess. Okay, and we're gonna play the Vienna Gambit. There. Takes here. Takes push. Okay, and let's see what in the real world what happens. Okay, bishop c4 is by far the most common move, and white wins 66%. Not on my watch. Bishop b5 check is slightly better. Is even slightly better. So here, yeah, bishop pawn c6, and then the bishop comes back to c4, yeah, and now we're winning 67% from there. Okay, the most common move, bishop e6. I don't like that at all, because yes, exactly, you take and take. Okay. Well then, there you go. So, yeah, I don't like black's position here, but that's not what we got. So if you come here, what else are they going to do? Queen e7, the better move, but still, does Stockfish still want me to play knight h3? No, cd. Oh, if the queen goes, yeah, cd. Well. So, messed it up a little bit, but there you go. It's all good. Every day is a learning day. Every game's a lesson. So, hopefully I'll learn this one. Hope you've enjoyed it as well. Thanks for watching. See you later.